one of the most talked about moments among Harry Potter fans, and a scene that was a bit difficult to fully grasp is the duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort at the Ministry of Magic. That moment, when the two most powerful wizards in the world met face to face, wasn't just a battle of throwing a few spells at each other. Today, let's look at why this battle happened, the reason for Dumbledore's arrival, the cause. This battle was triggered by a prophecy. Voldemort wanted to hear the secret message that revealed who would ultimately defeat him. This prophecy was stored in the Department of Mysteries at the Ministry. Dumbledore's strategy. Dumbledore is someone who always thinks a step ahead of Voldemort. He knew Voldemort would use Harry to try and get the prophecy. The moment Harry and the group fell into danger, Dumbledore arrived specifically to protect Harry. The encounter, Dumbledore arrives just as Voldemort is about to kill Harry. The most distinct thing we see here is their behavior. Yet Dumbledore is incredibly calm. Addressing Voldemort simply as Tom, he showed that he had no fear of Voldemort's Dark Lord persona. The duel begins. As soon as the battle starts, Voldemort casts the killing curse of Avada Kedavra at Harry. In that split second, Dumbledore uses an animation charm to bring a golden statue from the Ministry fountain to life, moving it in front of Harry. The deadly curse strikes the statue, not Harry. Fawkes sacrificed. While the statues cornered Voldemort, he furiously launched another killing curse at Dumbledore. Dumbledore was engaged in another spell at that moment and couldn't easily block it. That is when Fawkes the Phoenix flew in and swallowed the deadly curse. If a normal person were hit by that curse, they would die instantly. This moment highlighted the deep bond between Dumbledore and Fawkes. Elemental magic. Voldemort realized he couldn't defeat Dumbledore with just the killing curse. He began using the full extent of his dark magic, taking the battle to a terrifying new level. Funfire. In the middle of the battle, Voldemort launched one of his most powerful attacks, Funfire. He unleashed a massive torrent of fire from his wand. The fire acts as if it has a life of its own, taking the form of a giant serpent or dragon. It cannot be extinguished by normal water. It is so powerful that it is even capable of destroying Horcruxes. Voldemort tried to burn Dumbledore to ash with this flame. Quad of prison. When Voldemort used fire, Dumbledore responded with water. Dumbledore pulled all the water from the Ministry fountain and trapped Voldemort inside a massive sphere of water. Voldemort was truly helpless here. Inside the water, he couldn't cast spells or breathe. There is almost no other moment in the entire story where a wizard as powerful as Voldemort was rendered so helpless. Dumbledore was trying to capture Voldemort alive right there. Realizing he could no longer fight Dumbledore physically while trapped, Voldemort turned into black smoke, disapparated, and entered Harry's body. He used the full force of legilimency, the magic of navigating and controlling minds within Harry's mind. The possession. Voldemort chose to possess Harry because he knew Dumbledore would never physically harm Harry. He invaded Harry's nervous system so deeply that Harry's eyes even turned red. Matching Voldemort's, a battle between two souls took place inside Harry's body. Voldemort showed Harry how weak he was and forced him to relive the deaths of his loved ones, trying to break Harry mentally and make that body his permanent residence. The power of love. With Dumbledore's guidance, Harry focused on his memories of his late parents and Sirius Black. He felt intense love for them and a desperate desire to see them again, because Voldemort's soul was fractured, and because he had never experienced love. Harry's pure love and self-sacrificing emotions acted like poison to Voldemort's dark soul. Unable to bear the pain, Voldemort was forced to get thrown out of Harry's body. The reveal. Just as Voldemort was expelled from Harry's body, Minister Cornelius Fudge and others arrived at the Ministry. The Ministry officials, who had been lying to the world saying Voldemort hadn't returned, saw him with their own eyes. The Elder Wand. Throughout this entire battle, Dumbledore held the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand in the world. This is why Dumbledore was able to easily deflect every killing curse Voldemort threw at him. The victory. Even though Dumbledore didn't capture or kill Voldemort in this battle, the true victory belonged to Dumbledore. He destroyed Voldemort's secrecy. The game Voldemort had been playing from the shadows was exposed. Why didn't Dumbledore kill him? A common question is, couldn't a powerful wizard like Dumbledore finish Voldemort right there? Dumbledore knew that Voldemort had split his soul and hidden it in Horcruxes. Dumbledore understood that to truly defeat Voldemort, all pieces of his soul had to be destroyed. Therefore, Dumbledore didn't want to kill Voldemort once. He wanted to destroy him completely, so he could never return. That required patience and the right plan. He knew the connection between Harry Potter and Voldemort was the key to this victory. But after the death of his sister Ariana, he learned that power without responsibility is dangerous. He understood that killing even a dark wizard like Voldemort on a whim would make him an arrogant killer just like Voldemort. Dumbledore wanted to show the world that dark magic could be defeated by love, loyalty, and courage, rather than by him being a solo hero. That is why he guided Harry and the others to prepare for the battle, rather than fighting it alone. The Phoenix Feather Mystery. Many have questions about Fawkes swallowing the killing curse. Since Voldemort's wand core contains a feather from Fawkes, can it kill him? However, a wand is just a tool that channels a wizard's power. Just because the wand had a living feather core doesn't mean the curse stops. Voldemort's hatred and dark power were channeled through it. Avada Kedavra kills any living being instantly, but phoenixes are immortal creatures. Though Fawkes burned to ash the moment the curse hit, he didn't die in the permanent sense. Did you know? In the movie, we mostly see beams of light. However, the book describes how the entire ministry shook during this battle. It mentions that when they cast spells, it wasn't just a noise, but a sound like cannons firing. The book describes the walls of the ministry cracking from the shockwaves as these forces collided. During the battle, Bellatrix was pinned under a statue. She witnessed Dumbledore's true power. When Voldemort possessed Harry, Dumbledore cast a single glance at her, and she began to tremble in fear. Dumbledore is usually very calm and smiling, but during this battle, he had a deadly look in his eyes. He radiated pure power. The book mentions that even Voldemort faltered for a moment upon seeing that look. Throughout the battle, Dumbledore kept one eye on Harry and the other on Voldemort. He wasn't just fighting Voldemort, he was fighting time. Every time Voldemort tried to escape, Dumbledore blocked him with incredible precision. Voldemort constantly tried to use short, fast, deadly attacks, killing curses. But Dumbledore's fighting style was complex. He weaponized the surrounding air, water, and even stone. The book mentions Dumbledore trying to bind Voldemort with an invisibility whip, a spell designed to physically incapacitate him. In this battle, neither Voldemort nor Dumbledore spoke a single spell out loud. They cast everything mentally. If you say a spell's name, the opponent can hear it and prepare. So, throughout the fight, only the sound of clashing spells could be heard. In the middle of the fight, a spell from Voldemort shattered the giant hourglasses in the ministry lobby. The shards of glass and sand flew toward Dumbledore like knives. During the fight, Voldemort taunts Dumbledore, asking if he is afraid to kill him. Dumbledore calmly replies, "Indeed, your failure to understand that there are things much worse than death has always been your greatest weakness." This shows that while Voldemort feared death enough to make Horcruxes, Dumbledore accepted death as a natural part of life. That mental freedom gave Dumbledore a massive advantage. And that is how the battle at the Ministry of Magic unfolded. Dumbledore's plan was not to kill Voldemort, but to confirm his return to the world and to protect Harry. I hope this article answered your questions about that legendary duel. If you have any other questions, please comment below. So, what do you think? Was it a good decision for Dumbledore not to kill Voldemort that day? Or, if he had ended it right there, would Harry's life have been different? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.